Is there anybody who's really, really into guns? Who's got a lot of guns? Who's a gun person here? We gotta have someone in class who's like a gun person. Who owns guns? I mean, legally. I mean, like, you're really into guns.
He owns guns.
Do you have a lot of guns?
I own a gun.
Well, hang on. An American. Are there any Americans who are like gun people? Like, bro, are you a gun person? Do you have like what do you have? AR-15s? Do you have an AR-15? Wait, say that again? Yeah. How many guns do you have in your household? Wait, can you count that high? 15? How many do you have? Yeah? Dude, can you just come down for a second? Yeah. Do we have another seat? Dude, have a seat, man. No, you can point toward them. I'm gonna have them ask you questions. Dude, Eric McCoo, he was a student of mine.
Oh, really?
Dude, wait, how many guns do you have? You have a semi-automatic?
Yeah.
Wait, talking to the mic.
Yeah.
What kind?
We have, my dad has a Benelli 12-gauge shotgun. It's a semi-automatic. We use that for like skeet shooting a lot. And then we have a 223, which is the size of the bullet, or a 5.56. And
Dude, I have no idea what any of that. Do you know what that means, bro? Do you know what it means? Do any of you?
It's a NATO bullet.
All right, okay.
So it's cheaper if you buy that caliber because the military produces it.
Yeah.
So that's.
So, can you? You're not. Do you have any? Okay, so can they ask you some questions?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you guys have some questions for him? As it's like this is an American. So when you think about Americans, the crazy gun Americans. What's your name, bro?
I'm Robert.
Robert. Okay, maybe not. Dude, by the way, can I just say this?
Yeah.
I grew up with guns.
All right, cool.
So, yeah, no, you're good, man. I grew up with guns. I started shooting guns when I was like 4 years old.
Yeah, I was like 10.
I'm all right. But I'm not as crazy as you are, so. But that's all good. So, does anyone have questions for this guy? Yeah.
I just wanted to know where you lived.
I live on Long Island as well,
Really?
on the North Shore.
What's it called? Does your dad have like a grade 2 license then?
No. So in Long Island, New York, so you used to be able to buy like AR-15s and all that stuff until they banned it. All the scary guns, I guess you want to say, got banned in, I want to say like 2014.
Yeah.
And so now you have to buy guns that, you could buy a semi-automatic, but it has to look like, basically like an old man gun.
Dude, this is the insanity of it.
It's
man.
nuts. It's nuts.
Does anyone? Do you have some Shin, do you have a question for him about guns? About his guns? What question do you want to ask him?
When did you first time experience gunning? When is your first time?
Well, my dad's like super into like hunter safety and everything like that. So I was probably like 12 years old when we went out to like upstate New York and like on the farm in the backyard. And just shooting practice.
You were 12 the first time you shot?
Yeah, I would say 12, probably like 4th grade.
Uh-huh. Yeah, all right. You have another question? Did I beat you then? I was like 4. I was 5 probably. Yeah. Do you have a question?
Like how many hours of training or like how much training do you need to have a license?
So in New York specifically, so it's basically impossible unless you want to wait like 5 years to get your pistol permit. I don't have that. My dad doesn't have that. He gave that up when like my siblings were born. But you don't need actually any safety to buy a rifle. So you could walk into Dick's Sporting Goods, show your license, and they'll order it for you. And they'll give it to you in a box.
And you walk out with a rifle.
And you walk out with a
Dude,
rifle.
if you go to Texas, you can buy an AR-15.
Yeah, I mean,
You could buy one, man. Maybe not because you're Chinese, but
Same thing in Pennsylvania.
yeah, same thing in Pennsylvania. Well, but maybe you could because we don't care. We don't care if
'Cause
you're
I
Chinese.
think I know a few Chinese guys here who own like arms.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I don't think it's not. I think it's not that difficult to get.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure not. Hammer, do you have a question for this guy about guns?
I mean,
Dude, here's your chance. Let me just say, here's your chance. So you think about where you all are from, Parth, other worlds, and you talk about the Americans who have guns. What questions? This is the guy right here. This is who they're talking about. What question do you want to ask? What question do people back home want to ask this guy, Robert?
I mean, what's with all the guns?
Okay, so I mean, my dad got a bunch from my grandpa, so that was probably like 6. And then he started to get into it when I think he got his first gun at like 12 years old, which was a 12 gauge shotgun. And then just, always trying to get like the nicer one or like, or we restore them as well sometimes. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen like Bonanza. Have you ever heard of it? No. It's basically you're like a cowboy, and it's something called like a 30-30. We like restored one of those, and just like there's so many different types of guns. Like it's insane.
So
And,
guns
like,
are just cool.
they're cool.
Yeah. Dude, guns are cool.
Guns are cool.
Yeah. No.
It's like a hobby, like anything else.
Yeah. No, when he's talking about restoring that one gun, that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. What other question do you have? Anything else?
No.
You must have guns. Your family has guns?
My dad does, yeah. He used to be like an avid
Alright, so
hunter,
I'm not the
but he
only
isn't
one.
really that much now. He would hunt on our farm,
Yeah.
but so I feel like that's kind of normal.
Yeah.
He doesn't have as many as you, but I think I know the average household.
I also have 3
where I
younger
am from.
siblings, so they're like, and 3 of us are boys. So like we have 4 boys in the house, and like, oh, he got a cool gun, like I want one. Like it's just like one of those things.
Yeah, I know people in my area can definitely relate to that. I mean, my brother and my dad hunt, so
Yeah, I hunt too, so it's just like.
Parth, do you have a question for this guy? What's the question you've always wanted to ask Americans who are really into guns? Now's your chance, my friend.
Possibly, how among your friends, those who have guns, how do you maybe if there is something like some misunderstandings or something like that, then how do you use guns?
How do you keep from killing your friends? He's asking. when you get pissed at them, because this happens, man. Because back home, they read stories about this. People are sitting around with their guns and they get pissed and they start shooting each other. So,
Yeah, I've never had any experience like that. Like, I'll be honest, I don't even know the code to our gun safe. Like, that's like one of the things when you graduate college and get your own apartment, then like my dad will hand over like my guns.
oh wait, hang
technically.
on. So in your house you have a gun safe,
Yeah. Oh, it's fully locked up.
and like every gun is. But there must be one that's hanging in your closet of someone's bedrooms.
Just like
Yo, hang on. Someone's hitting the. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
no, just the air rifles we have, like that we got as kids, like the
Oh, yeah?
pellet guns. Those are just in my
Okay.
bedroom and stuff like that. But no, all our like actual guns are in a safe.
So Parth is asking, how do you keep from killing your friends? Like, how do you keep from shooting people?
Well, like that doesn't even make any sense to me.
All right, okay, got it. No, this is a good question, though. What's that?
How?
No, no, the question Parth has is it's a fair question. Like, dude, you got to put yourself on the other here. And here's what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
Put yourself on the other side of the world.
Okay.
And all you read are these stories of all these Americans with guns.
Yeah.
So many guns, right?
So many guns.
Like you.
Yeah.
You got 15 or so in your household, right? They're just people have these guns. And so the question becomes, I mean, there are more guns than there are people in the United States by far.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So then the question becomes like, we see these stories of people just shooting each other with guns. So Parth says, Well, when you get pissed at your friends, like, what keeps you from just shooting them, right?
It's just self-control, obviously. Like, what are we talking about? I mean,
Okay.
I understand where you're coming from, where you read these articles, and like America, guns, but I get that. But like, I would say 90% of gun owners are just like very self-control. Like,
Dude,
they-
hang on a second.
All right, maybe not
You-
90%. I don't know.
Dude, I hope it's more than 90% because, like, 90% is pretty low.
Okay, 99. Like, I mean, I would hope that most households are like mine, where like they're all locked up. They're all, I mean, very safe about it. But I do know people are just unsafe about guns, and you probably read that in the news.
Uh-huh.
Like, we went to a range one time. I think my dad went by himself, and like, the guy was alluding to like pulling the gun on him because the bullets were getting on his truck or something. Like, there are cases where that does happen.
Uh-huh. Bro, who else? Jun, do you have or do one of you have a question? Another question for him? Like, are you ever like, do you want to, anybody?
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah.
You're from Long Island, from the
Yeah.
South Shore. I'm from the North Shore. Do you think there's like a lot of crime in Long Island, like central Long Island?
I think so. My parents are from the South Shore. I think there's a lot more crime in the South Shore, like Brentwood, Wyandanch, Central Islip. That's where all the MS-13 is. And both my grandparents still live in Brentwood, so it's a terrible neighborhood. There's like quads and like it's just a terrible neighborhood. Like, you have to watch where you're going. You can't pull into the wrong parking lot with a nice car.
Do you ever conceal? Do you have a concealed carry?
No, I don't even have. No, I can't. Not in New York.
Yeah, you
you
can't
can't
do
get
it.
a concealed carry unless you. I think you have to carry like on average like 50 grand
Yeah,
for
I
your
got it.
job, or you're in law enforcement.
Yeah, I
you can't
got
get a
it.
concealed carry, and
All
just to own a pistol in New York, you have to get a permit.
Yeah.
And that take. Hello.
Yeah.
That takes about like. That takes
It takes a
2 to
long
3
time.
years. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Are there any other questions? Anybody else have a question?
Like when for like most of people or like for you, when you say like it was like more like a cool hobby, do you mean like target shooting or like game hunting or like what kind of pastime?
I mean, a lot of people use the hobby for hunting. I've been hunting down in Florida for boar. I mostly go skeet shooting or just trap, which is basically you're in a little golf cart and you go to like 16 different stations, and each station does like a different angle of like clay pigeons.
Yeah.
And you just shoot differently. It's a hobby.
So like Winter Olympics, like those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, awesome, man. So the idea is, for other countries, other people would say like, listen, man, if you want to do that, just play a video game or something. But for here in this culture, like a gun for you, it's not like if you've never touched it. Have you ever shot a gun?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Where'd you shoot a gun?
In my host family's house.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I did.
dude, how was it?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
See?
What kind of gun? A handgun or like a?
I forgot
Rifle.
which gun was it.
Long.
Yeah, the
or sh-
rifle.
Rifle.
yeah.
Yeah.
Would you ever have you ever shot a gun? Would you ever like want to shoot in like an AR-15? You know what an AR-15 is?
I don't
A scary looking gun.
That shoots like a semi-automatic.
Oh, I don't think
Machine
so.
gun.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you? If he took you out hunting?
Probably, yeah.
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 I will.
So what was fun about shooting the gun?
The sound and the target. The like I can see the target and heat it, and then I think I use a some kind of chemical.
Oh,
Which name?
yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Tarmac. It's like it blows it up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then it came out the colors when you hit the target.
Yeah.
I forgot the name, but
Yeah, I forgot the name too. But it's
Dude,
like,
so here you are, right? So this is actually really interesting to me. I mean, here you are, this person who didn't grow up around guns at all. You finally get a chance to shoot a gun, and it's cool.
I think so.
And my guess is probably as much as we have a real deep lack of understanding of guns and gun culture. My guess is that probably if most people in the world had an opportunity to shoot a gun like that, they would think it was be cool, right? And so this is really the complex thing
Yeah, it's
about
really
all of
complex.
this, huh? Dude, all right, man.
All right.
Well, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Guns, man. All right, so.